This evening, the Ghana Teachers Union is disappointed with government's salary proposal for public servants. Sister suspects foul play in brother's death, ruled as an accident by authorities. Minister Norton apologizes to the nation for misleading statements about storage bond. Police finally have an answer to give the relatives of Monica Reese. And government executes prison survey to avoid reoccurrence of riots.
From Safetv headquarters in South Ramsgate Gardens, this is Safetv Headline News with Rihanna Ahmed.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvghana.com. Join us. A visibly emotional Minister of Public Health, Dr. George Norton, sat before the media on Friday midday to apologize to the nation for the incorrect statements that were delivered to the National Assembly on the rental of a medical storage bond. Andrew Weeks reports.
It was a crestfallen minister who stood before media operatives today declaring that the bond fiasco has strongly impacted his life. Minister George Norton hopes that he will be judged for his years of service and not by this singular incident.
Excellency Brigadier Brigadier Little Ranger, Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu and colleagues, cabinet members, for the support they have shown to me, especially Minister of Natural Resources, Mr. Raphael Trotman, who chaired the Cabinet Review Subcommittee. I would also like to thank my family and friends and colleagues who have sent messages of support in what has been, to me, a most difficult time. And I genuinely and sincerely thank you, the media, for attending this conference and what you have done in my favor over the last few days, not for my statement.
He told the media that he would be handing in a written apology for his statements in the National Assembly to the Speaker before the end of the day.
As Minister of Public Health, I know that a high standard of duty and care is expected of me and the staff of the Ministry of Public Health. So I take full responsibility for this unfortunate episode and give my full commitment that it will not reoccur.
Before meeting the press, he met with Speaker of the National Assembly, Dr. Burton Scotland. When questioned about why he has not tendered his resignation over the issue, Norton said,
I've worked diligently. I admit that I don't know it all, that I have an open door policy. I am willing to accept advice, suggestion, recommendation, and even though I've been in the political arena for the longest while, most of it has been in the opposition, and it's just over 12 months that I'm in an entirely different situation. It's much different when you are in government than when you're in the opposition. And I can only get better. And I want that opportunity to make myself better. Make the performance of my duty, the execution of my remit better.
Andrew Weeks, Safetv2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. A sister, while mourning her brother's death, which was ruled as an accident, is calling for the police to do further investigation to ensure that this does not become another cold case, as she suspects foul play.
Alicia Ford is seeking answers regarding her brother's death following an accident that her family is viewing as very suspicious. Her brother is John Ford, age 26, of number 1 Helena East Coast, Demerara. He died following an accident that occurred on August 13 at Anns Grove that resulted in him drowning, but the family has reasons to suspect otherwise.
When I saw the vehicle, I spoke to the mechanic, which is his vehicle, and he said that's how somebody hit him and leave him there. But he couldn't help himself because the vehicle was up in the air. The wheel was up in the air and he was down. But people claim that they go to help him, but no one, they say police. So when the police come, they back off everybody and they say, yeah, leave him, but he wasn't died on the spot.
Following the accident, the father of one was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The police report is that the man died as a result of drowning. However, they are stuck with a diary of an ex-child mother with a grueling statement.
She wasn't living, she's a part-time substitute,
Yeah.
right? And we go over by his house, and while he was looking for his documents, and so we find his diary wrapped up with our clothes, right? And it marked, congratulations to you and your family, may your soul rest in peace, and a telephone number.
And what
And
happened?
we call his number by, so he say from Grove, he's right taxi.
As the plot thickens, the sister said this investigation led to the realization that her brother's ex-child mother is now in a relationship with the owner of a telephone number written at the bottom of the note that the family found after the accident.
And when he called the number, the vice cuss up and say wrong number. If you're not in something, why should you be afraid?
And did you to go to the police with this?
Yeah, we go to the police station, they tell we to go and see a lawyer because they don't have law for force, they don't come out. And they tell me to go into digital to see if we could get the person name and the number and address and so on.
The woman said her brother was a healthy person who was full of life and that the note has brought new life to his sudden demise. She wants the police to open the case and do further investigations.
Raised up, 9:30, my mother called me brother, right? And between 9:30 till after 10 she called from since then vice note. When she called back Sunday morning, vice note. Little after we start cut up mutton, the police called and asked mom. She turned and said, who's this? He said, who's you? She turned and said, she. She turned and said, he turned and said, you know a boy by the name of John Ford? She said, yes, she's son. He turned and said, you know he reached in a serious accident last night? She said, no, where is he at the station? He said, no. He started stammering, turned and said that he had the police march.
For Safetv Headline News, I'm Mondale Smith.
Thanks, Mondale. Guyana Teachers Union President Mark Light said the union is disappointed with the offer government has made to the Guyana Public Service Union and vows that the GTU will not take any of their wage talks lightly. Andrew Wick spoke with the president and filed this report.
On Wednesday, the government of Guyana and the Guyana Public Service Union had concluded discussions on wages and salaries of public servants within the bargaining unit for 2016. As such, the government proposed that persons earning below 100,000 would receive a 5.5% increase. Those earning 100,000 to 300,000 would receive 5%. Persons earning 300,000 to 800 would receive 4.5%. Those earning 800,000 to 1 million would receive 2%, and persons earning over 1 million would receive 1%. The below 100,000 percentage after a 5.5% was later increased to 6%. But the Guyana Teachers Union said the offer is a disappointing one. I spoke to GTU President Mark Light, and this was his response.
From our thing, we are extremely disappointed that such a poor offer is made to the public servants of this country. It's a poor offer, and I don't think the public servants will be happy with the proposal. That's from GPU. I mean, we have not had an offer for us, but looking at public servants, that's a very poor offer.
Mr. Light said discussions for wage talks between the government and the union had been in limbo for months, and that they have a feeling that someone in the ministry is stalling the dialogue.
Available tomorrow for us to resume our negotiation because we have been with them around the table. We have done several meetings to deal with proposals, and we have not gotten very far with the Minister of Education in terms of what they are going to agree on. That is why I'm of the opinion that it was deliberately stalled, since GPSU also proposed the same proposal that we had.
The GTU president said he is waiting on the government on their wage talks, and if it is not reasonable, industrial actions will follow.
But I would want to say that our teachers were, I guess, our public servants were, you know, eager and exciting with what the new administration has to say in their campaign trail about salary increases and better living for people. And I think that any offer that is not satisfactory to us will result in our teachers being very disappointed. And I want to believe would support any action that the union would participate.
Andrew Weeks, Safetv 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up on Headline News after the break, parade ground gets facelift, and protest looms at City Hall for union dues and overtime.
Everybody knows John Lewis Styles as the Levi's and Dockers store. But did you know we're also an authorized dealer for Nautica, Perry Ellis, US Polo, Naturalist Shoe, Joffrey Bean, and many others. We also carry the Bruno and Drill brands, who are actually the makers of Express shirts, at half the price of Express. So the next time you think of men's clothing, shoes, and accessories, there's only one choice. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
It's next level time, Guyana. Let's get ready for Love and Sunshine Destination Wedding Conference and Expo, coming October 10 to 12 to Guyana, South America. A must for all wedding professionals. Come enjoy company of Joy Agnes, Destination Wedding Specialist, Mark Jennings, TV host, lifestyle expert, Jacqueline Johnson, Destination Wedding Expert, Jerry Gavaya, CEO Roraima Group.
School supplies at Colors. Backpacks from Nike and G-Tech, K-Swiss and Levi's in black. Getting gear for back to school is always a task, but Colors has the back to school sale for you. When you purchase, write your name, address and telephone number on the back of your coupon and drop it in the box. School bags, boots, everything you need for back to school. Enter and win Monster headphones, 2 phablets, 1 mountain bike. School vouchers accepted. 2259980.
With a distinctive flavor, Umber Paukagi is made from 100% pure vegetable oil. This Paukagi is a delight when preparing sweetmeats and other dishes for healthy cooking with a rich buttery taste and aroma. It is used for religious purposes and is a principal fuel for burning. Umber Paukagi is light, pure, with a real ghee texture.
When you think back-to-school shopping, think clearance. Get your boys in shoes for school in brands like Timberland, Reebok, Land Rover LRX, and more. While for your girls, there are Hush Puppies, Clarks, LRX, and many others. What about backpacks? Get long-lasting brands like Swiss Brand, JanSport, Nike, and Kenneth Cole, including Police and Dockers pants for boys, all at clearance. For quality clothing at affordable prices, clearance, always keeping you in style.
It's slipping through our hands, we're sinking in the sand.
Try always. Always something new.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town, served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Only at Kissoon's can you get the guaranteed offer of up to 50% discount on every item in their blowout factory surplus sale. 50% off for Guyana's 50th anniversary right through the year. Check it out at their spacious factory outlet at Reinfeldt Industrial Park, where parking is no problem. They're in the mood to celebrate at Kissoon's. Once you want it, Kissoon's will make sure you don't leave without it.
Place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princeton Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Days after President David Granger announced that the parade ground will be the site of an 1823 monument,
this location has been in a state of ruin as in terms of neglect, bush overrunning the location, but now it is getting a facelift.
I just think they lack the consistency. I mean, we vote change, we vote, they got new councillors and that kind of thing, but it's too much bureaucracy that they say got for every, at least once a month.
It's a good cleanup them doing, at least they need to do it often, at least once a month, once every half month. Yeah, it depends how the rain fall out, this is how the grass growing. And especially when the rain falling, the mosquitoes them come out of the bush. Affect now for the staffs them and so.
From where I stand, one can see that the men are cleaning out, and only halfway through already they've got more than 100 bags of grass and weed that they would have been able to remove from this location.
The cleaning, just a whole set of bush on the infield and the outer field, and we're looking to get it clean, that it could look bright to John Guyana.
Persons at the Cherry Jagan Dental Clinic, that is in the immediate vicinity of the parade ground, and some of the men working to clean the area. Eustace Harcourt of DC Contractions is the contractor tasked with clearing and cleaning the public space, and he says the work will be completed in another 3 days.
It had a lot of thick vegetation here, and so it will take a little time than the normal roadway parapet because this have not been, I don't know when last it was cut, but it had a lot of vegetation.
According to the town clerk, Mr. Royston King, this is just the beginning as they work to restore the many open public places for young people and people to totally enjoy in the capital city. Reporting from the parade ground where the works continue to ensure that its location is cleared, I'm Mondale Smith.
Thanks, Mondale. City Hall officials have promised that they will work towards the payment of workers' overtime and union dues sometime next week. However, the union has come out swinging against the municipality's heads, stating that it has been 2 months since the union has been paid any dues from the Georgetown municipality. Mondale Smith will tell you more.
They doesn't pay us in a certain time, you take industrial action.
How long do they have to pay you?
How long? I give them by now and Monday. If nothing doing, we're going to hit the road. I'm serious. Because I worked with City Council 28 years, 3 months, and we never go through this system here. Never ever go through this thing going on. They must learn to communicate to people. Communication is important in my life.
Last month no overtime, this month no overtime. School closed to buy no money at all up to now. Today 26. It's until 2 o'clock they're paying. Hoping get salary business with school closed. We need money.
Irma Glenn, president of the Ghana Labour Union and one irate city employee. The GLU represents more than 200 municipal staffers. She further explained the current situation from the union's standpoint.
The workers that Ghana Labour Union represent, they're being discriminated where their salary is concerned, they work overtime.
How come?
They wasn't paid last month and this month no overtime. And when I approach the town clerk concerning it, he's sending me to the treasurer, who's the deputy town clerk acting, and she's telling me a different story. They even have 2 months union dues owed to the union. I confront him and he's sending me to her again, and she said he never gave her any instruction. So I want to know what's really going on. If you're a leader, stand up as a leader.
How much union dues outstanding? You say 2 months is how much money?
It's nearly $7-something thousand. We have staff to pay to. We have bills to pay. What's really going on?
City officials have informed that they are yet experiencing financial woes as a result of an outstanding $16 billion in rates by corporate and regular citizens that they are working to collect. However, while this has been ventilated in the media and at every possible forum, the union president seems oblivious.
You are aware that City Hall has a financial problem?
No, I'm not aware.
Okay.
But if they have a financial problem, they never inform, no circle, doesn't come from the personnel section, who is the admin now, responsible for that, not a piece of paper informing the union. They'll say so. Nothing at all. I want these people to have their overtime because the treasurer acting now, she's saying by Monday to Friday, that's not good enough. You must have a date when you're telling me we're paying you this. Those people have children to go to school, they got bills to pay, they got a lot of things to do. Nobody concerned, and the town clerk got to stop this attitude we're going on with.
Town Clerk Royston King was in a meeting and could not be reached for a comment on the issue. However, senior city officials have assured that the overtime will be paid by mid-next week. For Safetv Headline News, I'm Mondale Smith.
Thanks, Mondale. That deadly prison riot earlier in the year has highlighted the need for some amount of reform within the prison service. The government is getting the ball rolling by first executing a prison survey.
But we want to get down to understanding from whence they came, what were their circumstances, whether they parenting, where they came from, so that we can have a complete picture of these inmates and their background.
Public Security Minister Kemrat Ramjatan. He explained that knowing the story behind the incarceration of each inmate would better enable the administration to live up to the prison's mandate of rehabilitating criminals and reintegrating them into society.
So that we can make better assessments as how to plug programs, whether it's at the home, domestic level, the community level, what we can do in relation to their education, because we're going to ask questions about that. And then also ask them what happened during the course of their trials and when they were incarcerated, what happened there, whether they were trained and so on.
Ramjatan says that he has no intention of hastily implementing strategies and systems that would not work.
To get out of that now requires a very comprehensive survey that is going to be far more informative as to the why they did what they did and how it is that they are paying the penalties, and if more or less from that then we can glean and discern certain characteristics so that we can then do the measures and the programs to then counter those.
The country's second vice president went on to note that he's looking for science-based solutions to fix the prison system.
It will be conducted by people from University of Guyana and a very top-notch unit that does prison surveys and inmates surveys from a unit out of Argentina's university.
Oster Clark, chairman of the Finance Committee at City Hall, said the container fee dispute is not over. He told staff members at the recently held general meeting that, come hell or high water, the container owners will have to pay for the damages done to city roads and bridges. Andrew Weeks has more.
Since City Hall and the private sector was in legal battle on the container fee situation, Chairman of the Finance Committee updated staff members on the way forward. Mr. Oscar Clark said laws will be changed or amended to ensure city revenues are properly collected and accounted for.
The law constricts you, it's limited in this way and that way, we have no money, and the city council doesn't look after it, but you're paying the council no money. How is the council going to be able to do that? So it is serious. We have some serious work to do in those areas, and we will do those work.
The mayor and city council of Georgetown had reduced the container fee from $25,000 to $5,000 as the council, the Georgetown Chambers of Commerce and Industry, and the private sector had formed a tripartite to address the issue and had finally agreed on the way forward. But City Mayor Patricia Chase Green told Headline News that the tripartite meeting has been stalled.
When we are doing these things, we want your support. When we're going after the container fee, we want your support. Your worker is here, and you must know why we're going after it. When we say we want the parking meters,
from $25,000 to $5,000. The private sector went 2 days after and said they will not be bullied into anything. I myself will not be bullied into anything by the private sector. We want to work in collaboration. We want to have a nice, friendly relationship, one that is workable, and we must be able to have development in our council. Christmas is coming. You know the chaos is going to happen. There are so many things that need to be addressed. And so therefore, we are moving forward.
Is it that you're hoping that your $25,000 will still maintain, or you're hoping that an acceptable fee will be discussed and agreed upon at that tripartite meeting? What is the council looking for?
We are looking at an acceptable fee. We would have said $25,000 in the initial stages. They said it was too much, and they gave a host of reasons. We also have our reasons why we wanted $25,000, but we will work towards an acceptable fee for the 20-foot containers and also for the 40 and 45-feet containers. So we are willing to work, and that's why we would have submitted our names early.
Andrew Weeks, Safetv 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up on Headline News after the break, vigilante victim appears in court, and top cop cites gross unprofessionalism in the Monica Reese murder case.
Women's fashion trends change every day. That's why John Lewis Styles makes it their duty to source items directly from the manufacturing brand, offering you more choices and better prices. Women love to look great, whether it's for work or play, from clothing, shoes, accessories,
and is a principal fuel for burning. Umda Healthy Ghee is light, pure, with a real ghee texture.
Don't let this moment in history pass you by. Kissoons want every Guyanese home to showcase a new piece of furniture to remember this glorious event of our Jubilee celebration. Kissoons have gone crazy. Every item is on sale right through this year in the Big Broad Factory Surplus Sale, up to 50% off for the 50th birthday at Kissoons.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely...
Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.